Hi, it's Nancy here. So I've got my silhouette out tonight. I need to make a bunch of birthday cards. I have a bunch of March birthdays coming up, and I had these little candles that I had purchased from the silhouette store, and I thought I could make a positive and a negative from each of these cuts. So I'm going to cut this and make that one version of the card, and then the other version I'm going to put these candles, I'm going to glue them down on this paper and then cut them out. And I've got a piece of cardstock that I've also cut a rectangle here, a stitched rectangle, and I've stamped my happy birthday sentiment inside. I'm going to put the candles down and then the happy and then emboss birthday down here. I think I might have missed the candles on the first video, so I'm sticking them back in. I'm going to glue these down and then assemble them on top of the card. So I'm going to stop the video, come back, and then I'll show you how I assemble it. So I've taken some adhesive and glued in some red glitter paper to act as my flames. And now I'm embossing. I'm using some white ink for the birthday sentiment and embossing it in white embossing powder. And then I'm going to take the happy die cut that I made out of the silhouette, and I'm going to assemble that on the top of the card. I stacked that up in 3 pieces and then put glossy accents all over the happy to make it be a little stronger and bounce up a little bit from the card. So that finishes this first card. Now we'll move on to the second card. For the second card, I've taken the cutouts of the candles and I've glued them down onto some colored paper, and now I'm just going to cut out each of the candles individually, and I'm going to adhere some sparkling red paper for flames, and I'm going to pop them up onto the cardstock with some adhesive foam so that it gets a little dimension onto the card. I'm going to use some white pigment ink and use white embossing powder to emboss on the birthday sentiment down at the bottom of the card. Then I'm taking the happy cutout and assembling that onto the card. I thought I might want to use the heart there for a minute, but I'm trying to make this a masculine card, so I leave it off. So for the last card here, I'm going to try the double stamping technique. I've got my MISTI out, and I have this wish stamp that I'm centering here on my little cutout, which I have die cut with a stitched rectangle die. And I'm going to ink up my wish here. Making a big mess. I ruined one card already tonight with the ink mess. So I'm going to just stamp this like this. I'm going to let it dry for a minute, and then I'm going to put the candles on it and then stamp over it again. So I've got the candles adhered down now, and I'm going to take the MISTI and stamp back over the candles. Let's hope it worked. Well, not all that great. I'm going to try stamping it one more time. I think I may have ruined it. All right, well, we'll let it dry and see how it turns out. Okay, so for the last card, what I've done is I've taken a piece of twine and I've wrapped it around the card here, and then I'm going to adhere this onto the fun foam and then down. I think I'll tie a little bow on this. I'm not so sure I like the wish stamped up there. I probably should have raised the candles up and then stamped it. That might have given it a little bit more dimension. I'm going to adhere this. Does your tape runner do that? Mine always makes weirdness. I'm just going to trim up this, and that finishes up my birthday cards in what I'm hoping are somewhat masculine. There's the last one.